Hey guys, Chris here giving Busted Knuckle DIY. It's the holiday time, so I'm going to show you a really cool way to enhance some of your outdoor decorations. Let's get wrenching.
Oh hell, I can fix that. Honey! Can you bring me a Band-Aid, please?
Alright, so one of the staples of outdoor holiday decorating in this day and age is, of course, the lawn inflatable. I've seen some very ornate ones, I've seen some huge ones, some small ones, and one of the things that I really gripe against most is how poorly a lot of them are lit, especially for the amount that you have to pay for the darn thing. So anyway guys, take a look at this video that I shot last night, and then I'll show you how to take care of that problem. Okay, so there's baby Yoda, and we really like him. He's a few years old now, but his candy cane is really dark. And we don't like that, so that's something we're going to work on. And we're going to come over here to the Mrs. Busted Knuckles favorite. This is Christmas Cow. And the other problem with Christmas Cow is he's got a single one light in his head. And that's it. You can't even see the rest of him. He kind of gets lost. So I did this process earlier to my Grinch. And anyway, take a look at him. When we got him, he only had 2 lights. And now look at him now. Doesn't he look great? We added one to his torso, one to his leg, and one to Max as well to help him light up a little more evenly. And, well, now I'm going to show you how. Anyway, guys, let's get wrenching. Alright, guys, let me quickly go over some of the things that you're going to need for this project. A soldering iron and solder. The LED lights that you intend on installing. Now, these are designed for outdoor inflatables. They've got this protrusion on the back here that this little cap goes on, so that's great. A piece of pretty thin packing foam. I'll show you what that's for in a minute. Some scissors, a wire skinner, heat shrink tubing, a hot glue gun, and of course the inflatable that you intend on working on, in this case, Christmas Cow, Mrs. Busted Knuckles' very favorite. So, anyway, let's get to it. Okay guys, so the first thing that we're going to do is optional. You don't have to do it, but I take this pack of foam and I cut it up into little squares here, little thin guys, and that's to diffuse the LEDs. These little suckers are quite bright. So I've just got my flashlight here, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. If I turn this on, you can see it's very bright. But yet if I put this little piece of foam over it, it diffuses it a lot, so we don't have that pinpoint light inside the inflatable. So with the hot glue gun heated up, we're going to go ahead and take the piece of foam and just glue it right over. These are sealed, so you can just put a little glue right on the face of that. Put our piece of foam on it like that, and we'll have nicely diffused LEDs. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how to install them. Okay, now that we've glued our little foam square on there, and this light is diffused, installing this is not a big deal, guys. So the first thing that we want to do is get the ends of your wires here. We're going to go ahead and skin these back. Now, one of them is stark white all the way around. The other one has gray tracers on it. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that on camera. See the little gray squares on it? Okay, so long as you match those up with the ones inside the inflatable, you're good to go. So anyway, we're going to skin a little of this back. There we go. Give those a nice twist so we can work with them. This was a great and fun project, dads, if you want to do this with the kids or something like that. Lots of fun here. Okay, so let me drag our inflatable into frame here. All right, so all inflatables somewhere close to the fan have a zipper. So if we open the zipper, we can have access to the inside of it. And what we're going to do is very gingerly kind of tease our way in there and find that wire. It'll be a white and white with the gray tracer. So here they are. All right, you can clearly see the white, and hopefully you can see the tracer on here. So we're going to go ahead and cut those wires, and we'll do it right about here. Leave yourself plenty of room to work. So we'll cut that. This one has heat shrink and whatnot already on it because Christmas Cow's fan died and I had to replace it, but that's okay. So in this case, now that we've got those wires cut, we're going to go ahead and separate them and skin them and wire up our new LED. in conjunction with our old one. So we've got that. Let's give that a good twist. There we go. Twist there. Here we go. Here's this one. Now, you don't have to solder this, guys. You could use small wire nuts or something like that, but I prefer soldering and heat shrink tubing for a more weatherproof bond. Sadly, if it's like in Virginia, not so much snow over the Christmas holiday, but it does rain. So, okay, so those wires are prepped. Let's get a couple of pieces of heat shrink tubing that are going to do the job for us, and then we'll move on from there. Here we go. So we'll take some of those. Oops. Dropped it. There we go. Alright, so that's the long one. So again, you can see the colors of the tracer on here, guys, so that's what you want to hook up. The wires that have the tracer. Go ahead and twist those together. Same thing on this side, the stark white ones. And then I'm going to go ahead and drop my heat shrink tubing over. Now, these are the wires that actually run to the LEDs. The other ones that are in here are the ones coming from the power supply. So, in this case, again, super easy, guys. We're going to twist together the three that have the gray tracers on them and solder those up, and the same thing with the stark white ones. And once we have that soldered up, we'll melt our heat shrink tubing, and I'll show you how to actually install the LED into the body of the inflatable. It's really, really simple. P.S. This is not for the faint of heart. Okay, so those are together. Our soldering iron's up to temp. Let's go ahead and get a little solder on these. There's one of them. There's two of them. Alright, as you can see, those are soldered together. See if I can get this up a little closer for you. Okay, those are soldered up, so now we'll go ahead and put our heat shrink tube over top and get it good and hot, and so it seals seals out any moisture, and then we'll put it in the inflatable. Alright guys, that's soldered and the heat shrink set, so we're gonna go ahead and just really quickly plug this guy in, make sure our new LED light comes on. Yes, it does, so we are good to go. Let's get that light installed. So, one of the toughest parts of this is figuring out where you're going to put the LED in the inflatable. So in this case, we're going to be reaching inside the body here, past the fan going up the leg, and we only got one in his head, so we'd like to put this somewhere around mid-body, so you can see roughly somewhere in here. And so the way we're going to make that hole is actually with the soldering iron. We're just going to take it, make sure that you're only getting the one layer that you want to go through, and just tap it, and it punches a very nice little hole. It doesn't take but a second. Line that up. There we go. Make sure to clean that gunk off of your soldering iron. We'll shut that down. Alright, so now it's just a matter of reaching through here. Alright, so we've got the new one, again, into the leg, through the body, stick that protrusion on the back of the LED, through the hole that you just made, like this, and then put a little cap on it, and just like that. And that will seal plenty of air for this thing to work great. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Let's get it outside, hook back up, and I'll show you what it looks like. So there you have it, guys. There's the new nighttime shot of Christmas Cow, and what a qualitative difference. You can see more than just his head. Take a look over here at Baby Yoda, because we got that candy cane lit up really, really nicely now. I think that looks great, and so does Mrs. Busted Knuckle, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Alright guys, how about that difference? And it's a very simple and inexpensive way to make your lawn inflatables look great. A great project to do with the kids, and just about anybody can do it, guys. A few basic tools. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, as we got a lot of great content coming up for you here in the new year. In the description box below, guys, I'll put links to our email address and our Facebook page. Take a look at those. And until next time, this is Chris for BustedKnuckleDIY saying happy holidays and keep wrenching.